will they think? This is something that plagues my life. Oh no, what will they think?
From the Big Island of Hawaii, welcome to Aloha Speaks, home of Malama Aloha Pono by Alexander Noman, offering relief for all relationships with a focus on anger assessment and resolve.
Aloha. Alex here with Aloha Speaks once again, holding back a chuckle because there is a bit of a sense of humor I think needed for today's topic, unsolvable. Because the parentheses of the day says, what will they think? Question mark. I mean, this, talk about a stretch. Because the unsolvable part comes from pi, P-I, pi. A mathematical thing, right? Okay, so solve for x. X being you got this circle, right? So a circle is defined, and you take any circle, it's measurable. It's a definite number. So take that measurement, divide it by another measurable number, which is the diameter, and divide it by that number, and solve for that. That's x. That's pi. Oh, yeah. So that number always comes out to be, I'm sorry. As always, it's like, it's funny, but it's not funny. So 3.1415926, on and on forever. Forever. Not only forever, but it never repeats numerically. There is never a repeated pattern. I'm sorry. Okay. Now. Can also take one, the number one, or take anything, but take a pie. Oh, that's not the P-I. I'm talking about the kind you eat. You can take anything, take an apple, divide it by 3. They can never be equal parts. This is different than pi, but still, if you take 1, or if I take 1, and divide it by 3, it comes out to be 0.333333333. Now that does repeat, but it still goes on forever. This is incomprehensible, unsolvable. It cannot. Does that mean that it doesn't exist? It doesn't mean that. It can't. The circle still exists. The diameter still exists. Infinity still exists. We've got this, so pi has this symbol that, or another, so that can represent infinity, it could. Then we have this other symbol, the sideways 8, can be a symbol for infinity. That's known. Even 0, circle itself, the number 0, all the way back. The numbers used to be 1 to 9 and didn't even include until when they brought 0 in. Originally, it meant infinity. Remember now, what will they think? This is something that plagues my life. Oh no, what will they think? I mean, from the beginning, other people's concepts. I'll get into this on another about other people's stuff, but being concerned about comes from a place of self-centeredness. This is like a thing they talk about in AA that's at the base of all of the, in fact it says selfishness, self-centeredness. There it is, self-centeredness. That, we think, is the root of our troubles on page 62. When it's talking about the whole issue, that we think is the root of our troubles. And it's like, I don't even get it. I don't even get the, it's like, I can even go, well, what's the difference between selfishness and self-centeredness? It has taken years and years and years and years of daily, what they call inventory. Okay, here in Malama Pono we call it assessment, but it's the daily reflection, the daily assessment, or inventory, whatever it's called. It's the daily, is what I'm saying. Looking at the reality of what is going on with me. Because if I don't look at it, I wouldn't even, I didn't before. Before I looked at it, I didn't know the difference between selfishness and self-centeredness. That's number one. I didn't know the difference. I do now. But I also wouldn't even know what self-centeredness really is. Because a big thing is, even if I thought I knew what self-centeredness is, I would believe it is was. That's the tricky part. I really, really would buy into that. Oh, used to be self-centered. No, that's not the case. It's every day. That's self-centeredness. It's not real. It's unsolvable. That's what I'm saying, is that it's impossible to solve for that question. What will they think? Because they don't care. Nobody cares. Nobody does. But I think, oh, what will they think? It's impossible to solve for that. And yet it runs my life. It determines what I do. It determines how I behave. It determines means how I feel? Unsolvable. What it allows, that consistency of daily assessment that is talked about. I'm not getting into it on this presentation. I have before and I will again, because it's so valuable, is that that assessments do not solve for the unsolvable. It doesn't solve for X, what they think. What it does is it gets me to stop asking the question. There's no need. Until next time, aloha. And to close, clicking on the thumbs up icon supports Aloha Speaks, as well as clicking on the free subscribe tab. Mahalo.